terrace and I'm smoking my cigarette.
Do the eyes, you did it across the eyes.
When our boss said we were going to the Isle of Wight, we weren't exactly going to be packing our Indiana Jones hats. Most adventures begin with a plane ticket, as began slowly queuing behind a smoky UPS van. As Portsmouth slips below the horizon, so does any remaining control I had over my hairdo. Taking a last look at Portsmouth, not for sentimental reasons, just want to make sure we're actually leaving. The hovercraft, proof that sometimes asking should we is more important than asking can we. So, first impressions? If somebody told me this was 1997, I'd have no evidence to argue against them. Which isn't a bad thing. Well, we've only been here 5 minutes, and my phone has already started recommending that I listen to Cliff Richard.
Just a little. That's the one.
Welcome to Ride, where the sea air is fresh, the pace is relaxed, and nobody seems particularly concerned about what century it is. We came looking for hidden gems. So far we've found a Greggs and a seagull with an attitude. We genuinely can't believe this place is a railway station. We were expecting a bloke called Dave with a minibus. I promise I do have a room here. I just happen to have the body language of a man who's made very poor decisions. Mummy got the cake face. Lovely food, and even better because the company paid for it. So as we stood outside in the freezing cold at 3 AM waiting for the all clear, I noticed one bloke quietly smiling to himself. Now I'm not saying he calls the fire alarm, but if there was a police line-up, I know where I'd like to start. So as we left the Rock to come back, we decided to take a sneaky peek at Nelson's flagship. We cannot confirm or deny we were on the clock. Look at your baby. Look at his little baby. Go down a kiss. Well, this car owner clearly interpreted seafront parking a little too literally.
Somebody didn't realise what time the time it was.
So HMS Warrior First, launched in 1860, was the world's first iron-hulled armoured ship. Basically the Victorian equivalent of bringing a tank to a sword fight. HMS Warrior is what happens when an empire gets access to unlimited iron and absolutely no group chat to tell it to calm down. On to Nelson's flagship, the Victory. Nelson won some of the most important naval battles in history. I've struggled to win an argument with customer services. At this point, Nelson was basically Britain's answer to a cheat code. At this point, every navy in Europe knew who Nelson was, which is more than I can say for most of the people on my contacts list. He became a national hero, despite the fact he looked exactly like someone who'd complain about parking regulations. The man lost an arm, lost a leg, an eye, and still had a more productive career than I'll ever have. Imagine being so successful, they still talk about you 200 years later. I can't even get people to remember my own birthday. He won the Battle of Trafalgar. I've lost fights with flat-pack furniture. At the Battle of Trafalgar, he changed the course of history. Today I changed train platforms and felt really pleased with myself. He lost an arm and an eye, defeated Europe's most powerful navies, and became national hero. I pulled a muscle getting out of bed this morning. So, to sum up before we move on, looking back, Nelson really set unrealistic expectations for the rest of us. Cheers for that. Obviously, we're going to see the Mary Rose, Henry VIII's favourite warship, which, considering his track record with long-term commitments, is quite the endorsement. I should not subject you to any more horrific one-liners. Let you sit back, look at the Mary Rose, and you can do your own research. Time where they just came out of the water or and they're the longbows. So in this period of time, in the mid-1500s, they're not spears, they're